But everybody knows I love Star Wars and I love comics, and it's been a few weeks since this book came out. I'm going to take a second to talk about Star Wars Beckett #1. This was a one-shot, so it's probably still in your local comic shops, even though it's about, I guess about 3 weeks old at this point. This is a great cover. I got to say, right off the bat, this is a great cover. It's catchy. It's got this cool design element to it. Looks like Woody Harrelson, nice infant's nest in the background. The character's cut out here of, what is this? This is Val and Durant from the Solo movie. This is actually a prequel to the Solo movie. So if you saw Solo and you know about the character named Beckett, this is his backstory, or at least a story featuring him. Let's jump in. It opens up with this interesting kind of Old West wanted page here. It shows, it's actually a photo of the movie here. This isn't really, this isn't art, it's a photo of the movie. It gives a little backstory on Beckett and his crew. They're scoundrels, heavily armed and extremely lethal. There's no job too dangerous or scheme too risky for Beckett and his thugs. Yes, so there we go. And there's his thugs, Val and Durant. Those are his team. So the book opens up. The book doesn't open up just yet. It's another kind of photo from the movie, a big 2-page splash taking up more pages here. And we'll notice right here, the story is divided into 3 chapters, and each chapter has its own artist, which, it is what it is. Let's check it out. So we have our 2-page splash here. It's a photo of Woody Harrelson from the movie. This first chapter is called The Man in Black. And we find ourselves on this planet. I guess this is Huvin, and there's a kind of, a sabacc game going on, which we were introduced in the Solo movie. Durant is kind of being silly about the whole thing, and then somebody shows up at the door. Who is it? Ooh, it's a death priest. I'm pretty steeped in Star Wars, and I have no clue what a death priest is, but it's something pretty scary. Starts doing this force choke on Durant. Oh my gosh, he slams on the table, looks like he's dead. Val's there saying, everybody get out. So everybody's running out the door because they're afraid of this death priest. And she drops a little something in this guy's pack. All right. So this all goes on. It turns out to be it's just a scam. It was Beckett as the death priest, and they're stealing all the credits off the table. But the real mission was to track down this guy, I guess his name, Dvorad, I guess is his name. And they're trying to track him down because he has ID chips. And under the Empire, blank ID chips are hard to get. There's a really cool action sequence. It's almost, it's kind of Old Westy. They're trying to steal something from this guy. They've tracked him down. It's a nice little battle here. A lot of action, a lot of cool stuff. Then they're trying to find this guy's ship where the ID chips are. And then at the end of this chapter, boom, the ship comes out of the water. Now, Woody Harrelson and his gang had the upper hand, but after the ship arrives, oh man, this isn't chapter 2 yet. We have to look at another 2-page splash of some kind of photo element taking up 2 more pages of the comic. And now the tides have turned, and Beckett and his crew are being held at gunpoint. But Beckett, old clever Beckett, he bites right through his flesh. This is kind of bizarre. This is a different artist in the previous chapter, but it's still really good. But he bites right through his flesh and lets blood drip into the water. Quite a bit of blood. I mean, if he doesn't get that fixed soon, he'll probably die. So this creature under the water sniffs the blood. Aha, Beckett's plan is revealed. So here we go. Beckett's going to go get these ID chips off the ship. There's lots of shooting, lots of actual killing. You see the guy, this Dvorad guy, he gets eaten. There's a shootout. Beckett shoots somebody right in the back. Not really what I call a hero's journey, more of a villain's story, I guess. I mean, I guess he's an outlaw and he's acting like an outlaw. But the death toll's pretty high here. It's action-packed, but just to consider, this isn't a typical Star Wars hero story. This is the story of a guy who's a bad guy. As we saw in the Solo movie, he is a bad guy. So the action is really brisk and it's exciting. So all in all, so far this comic is really good. It's fun, it's exciting. There's some silly moments, but for the most part, it's a good story. Then he presses this button here and his ship shows up, right? Now this takes me back to the 90s when Star Wars kind of didn't have a direction before the prequels came out. This is the kind of stuff they used to publish in the West End games. It's a gross hodgepodge looking ship. You can tell it's pieced together out of parts of the Millennium Falcon. It's got 2 cockpits. Why it has 2 cockpits, I have no idea. It's ugly, it's gross, and it doesn't belong anywhere. This was a bad design. And here's the funny part. If you look right here, you can see Beckett and Val are in the cockpit, but the dialogue's coming from this part of the ship. which is really where the cockpit should be, in the center of the ship, not two separate cockpits on the outside of the ship. But the artist in the letter apparently had a disagreement about where the characters were. And oh my lord, another 2-page spread. And this is just, I recognize this. This is from Return of the Jedi Special Edition. They just took a screen cap and made this 2-page spread. It's a little stale. Here's where the art goes south a little bit. It's not bad art, but compared to the rest of the book, this third artist, not as good. Like, look at Woody Harrelson. He's kind of muggly and ugly here. I don't want to spoil too much of the book. They arrive at this planet. Beckett goes out in a speeder. There's a little action sequence at the end. It's pretty cool, but yeah, I don't want to spoil who shows up at the end. It is kind of a surprise, so I'll leave it for you to read and check out. I gotta say, I did not care much for this book. It starts off really strong, but it ends so weak. I don't want to get into the ending because I'll leave it up to you. Maybe you'll like the ending. I didn't care for it. And the problem with this was a one-shot, and it was $4.99, which is, that's what Marvel's kind of doing right now. It's 37 pages. So 37 pages for $4.99. Regular comics, 24, 22 pages. So I understand the extra dollar for the extra pages. However, 7 of the pages were these. Lots and lots of just filler filling out the book. See? Bringing the page count down to only 30 pages. So 30 pages for $5 seems a little extreme to me, Marvel. Seems like you're kind of dipping into that Star Wars well a little too deep. I got to say, if you're interested in stories that are set before the Solo movie, around the Solo movie, if you like the Solo movie, I would recommend checking out this book over Beckett. It's Lando Double or Nothing. It's a mini-series. I think they're on issue 3 right now. Issue 4 is coming soon if it hasn't come out already. I haven't been in my comic shop in a little while. But I recommend this over Beckett. If you're a Star Wars fan, you love Star Wars, you probably have already picked up this book, and you already made your own opinions about it. But if you're not really into Star Wars, you're just looking for a good Star Wars comic to read, you want to get into some Star Wars comics, I would not recommend starting here. I would start with Lando Double or Nothing. It's a good story, much better than Beckett. I can't really recommend Beckett to anybody who isn't into Star Wars. And again, if you're into Star Wars, you probably already got it. Anyways, let you know we have something else going on. Cosmic Times right now, we're having a special sale in our online store. You can get Void of Heroes issue 1 for just $1. That's right. We're selling the first issue of the Void of Heroes miniseries based on the mobile app video game for just $1. And if you download the video game for free, it's for free on your mobile app. Each issue, I don't want to spoil it, each issue has a code that lets you download, I believe it's a weapon or something. You get to upgrade your mech within the game. So I recommend checking out the Void of Heroes mobile app video game. It's on the iTunes Store and Google Play. And then head over to the Cosmic Times website, www.cosmictimes.net, and pick up Void of Heroes #1 for just $1. And if you're at your local comic shop and you picked up Beckett and you enjoyed it, you liked it better than I did, hey, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Hey, do me a favor, please. Hit the like button if you like the video. Hit the subscribe button so you're subscribed to the Cosmic Times TV channel. And hit the bell icon so you're notified every time a new video comes up. And we're going to start getting more videos out. We had a little lull here for a bit, but we're going to get back into cranking out a few more videos onto the YouTube channel. So anyways, in closing, Star Wars Beckett, I don't really recommend it for anybody who isn't deeply into Star Wars. I would recommend this Lando Double or Nothing ahead of that. That's about it for now. Hey, until next time, may the Force be with you.